beautiful night for the beautiful game. Welcome to USL Championship play. The OKC Energy, the Greens. It's a 6-point game as they are home at Taft Stadium to take on unbeaten San Antonio FC. With Jose Rodriguez, I'm Dave Lamont. It has been a very warm and windy day in OKC, and that wind coming out of right to left on your screens and your device is going to be a big factor in this very important match. And Jose, we talk about two teams that obviously want to win this game. OKC particularly coming off of a tough loss where they weren't in good form against New Mexico.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup, no doubt about it. And we have two key players to watch. Let's start with Jaime Chavez, a well-known scorer in the league, 33 years old, already playing his 6th match of the season. You know, he's someone that OKC is going to look forward to just help in the build-up play moving forward. Understanding that Jaime Chavez has a lot of experience, but he already has a support system behind him, very effective so far.
You have several choices for San Antonio, a team that looks very good here. You could have gone with Parano, but instead the choice here is Solinek.
Yeah, for Solinek, 29 years old, he scored twice against Austin last week. 2019 campaign, very successful for him with Chicago Fire. You know, he's very aggressive with the ball and usually very effective once he's inside the box.
Going to be a very intense matchup between these teams who most of the time end up in a tie. We'll see if that happens tonight in the first of 3 meetings between these teams in Block D is about to begin.
Goals are something we outline for ourselves, and oftentimes they can be pretty lofty. When things begin to line up the way we think they should, we appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
You're about to witness a momentous occasion. Introducing the power of a better cloud, brought to you by Cox Business Cloud Solutions with rapid scale technology. And the migration is complete. IT professionals are thrilled because when seemingly nothing is happening, everything is happening. Introducing Cox Business Cloud Solutions with rapid scale technology, the power of a better cloud.
As a private contractor, I didn't realize contacting OK 811 before digging was my responsibility. I know there are utility lines buried everywhere, and I understand that damaging these lines could be costly or have potentially devastating consequences. From small digging, even with a shovel, to bigger jobs, the contractor must contact OK 811 and wait the required time for those lines to be marked before starting the work. For every job, big or small, start your project with one call and simply dial 811.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this gonna take? Am I too old to do this? What am I gonna look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now, I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
The United Soccer League and all 35 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. We are all united against racism. Take a look at the 11s, Jose, for these two sides, and it's interesting that John Pasquarella is starting 3 former San Antonio players in his 11 tonight.
Yeah, for John Pasquarella tonight, it's a traditional 4-4-2 with Charlie Ward and Rafael Garcia, with the responsibility not only to recover the ball, but also to help in the build-up. That is something that we have seen before, but something new tonight. It's Frankie Lopez and Jaime Chavez playing together up top.
And Alan Marcina has chosen this group, and of course he talked to us earlier about the importance of that man in the middle, number 6, the veteran from Brazil, PC.
Absolutely. For San Antonio, a usual 3 in the back with Maloney on the left and on the right, and Blake on the left. You know, we have seen this lineup so far throughout the season, and it's working for them. So why change, huh? Why change? You're still on top of the group, so things are looking good for San Antonio early on.
Yeah, they have 9 points, 3-0-1, first place in this D block. And the greens will be in the stripes. San Antonio in the all white with the dark numbers. And we mentioned the wind. You're going to hear it on our field microphones. It is that breezy. And if you aren't familiar with Oklahoma as a state, it's a windy state. And Oklahoma City can have some pretty big-time winds. And it is going right to left. So it will be at the backs of San Antonio in this opening half. And we'll take 15 seconds of silence.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Limited amount of fans allowed in and masks on in Taft. Artificial surface, as you can see. And off we go as San Antonio FC having the early control. Potential here for a 6-point swing. Win, get 3 points, you lose, those 3 points go the other way. It's a critical matchup, especially for OKC. They're 1, 2, and 2, third in this D block.
Yeah, they both teams with plenty of experience, but you know, if we look at OKC, they need a little bit of consistency, especially playing at home. They have dropped points early on, and if you're San Antonio, it's more about building on what they have already done early on. It's a good start for them.
Veteran CJ Cochran, who's played all the games so far for the Energy, and you have a tremendous backup in Cody Lorendi available if necessary. So goaltending not a problem for John Pascarella in his first year in Oklahoma City. One of the advantages, if you have, maybe you're watching this USL Championship telecast for the first time this season, you're going to hear with a reduced crowd, of course, you're going to hear a lot of the conversation between coaches and players, players and players, coaches and officials even. So you're going to get some fascinating exchanges as Perano gets decked there early on by Chavez.
Yeah, that's always something interesting, David, and I guess something that we're getting used to, right? You know, having that ability to listen to everything that happens on the field.
Well, I've always said the fourth official has the worst job. Now, he has the one cool thing is he gets to hold up the stoppage time, which I think they should allow. They should have like a raffle and let let the guy build the board up and then put a child and give that person the thrill. As a handball potentially ignored there, and you can hear the screaming for that. But I always thought the fourth official, because he is getting ripped from both sides.
Yep. He gets no credit.
So was it or was it not a handball? Well, it certainly depends on what color you're wearing tonight, I guess.
Let's see, here's another look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Rafa Garcia for the Energy. And it looked like it got the elbow. All right, we're hearing somebody is a spy. What might that mean?
We'll find out, I guess.
Well, that took forever to come down. And then finally, he's going to be in control of San Antonio. Throw-in coming in here. Blake Smith, who had a goal and a beautiful one at that. This will be Cochran, had to get up in the air to handle that. 16 saves on this season already for CJ Cochran.
Something interesting to watch early in the game, Dave. It's that OKC is very comfortable when they don't have possession. You usually go for possession in a game, but they can react to a game in which they are not dominating possession because they have the talent up top with Jaime Chavez and now with Frankie Lopez as well. So they can be aggressive even without the ball.
Right now, San Antonio, the aggressor. Opportunity just outside the box, and it's now going to be controlled by just enough of a foul there to draw a whistle. will remain with OKC. Well, it's funny because they controlled the possession against New Mexico and lost 3-0.
Yes.
66%. Possession is not always an accurate stat as to who plays better. And well, there were moments for OKC against New Mexico. New Mexico ultimately ends up with the 3 points. Our first look at the young 6'4" Dane St. Clair, the goalie for San Antonio out of University of Maryland, on loan from Minnesota in MLS, and he's played very well. Some instruction for Christian Aviaga. We'll actually be able to translate, in some cases, who is being told what to do. Smith with a good header. And a clearing attempt and almost to the half line, but beautifully played by Gorski. And this is a possible chance here for the Greens to get a build-up.
It was Gordon looking for the opportunity on the left with the 1v1, which is something that we're gonna have to get used to during the match. He likes to play almost by himself, create chances, and then wait for his teammates to come and help him out.
Gordon from Jamaica. And the energy will reset.
Go ahead, Gonzo,
We can hear that's Alan Marcina, we're told, that you're getting an earful from. That was a little too aggressive for the likes of the referee. And there is young Christian Pirano, 2019's Young Player of the Year in USL Championship. And man, he had a gorgeous goal that broke a tie in a 4-2 win over Austin Bold a week ago.
Yeah, he's a quality player, no doubt about it. Maybe in the top 5 in the league. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how he can develop throughout the, the next couple of seasons. We already saw a very good year in 2019, and he can only get better.
BC. And a little threat stopped by the back line for the Greens. You take a look at Jaime Chavez. Kyle Highland in the lineup. He didn't play last week, but this is game number 111 for Highland, all for OKC. He and Cody Lorendi have been with this team for quite some time. A little patience for San Antonio. They want to be the aggressor. They're going to have to play conservatively here, though. A little pressure, a little forechecking from Chavez. Montgomery, again, back to St. Clair. He's got that wind at his back, and look at that shot. Now, he's got a strong leg anyway. And you, again, can hear that wind. It is a brisk, it's not even a breeze, it's wind.
Yeah, it is going to be a factor, no doubt about it. But we'll see who, I mean, the adjustment playing at home, I guess OKC, they have to be used to this a little bit more.
Now we play. Stop. Now we play. Good training.
Highland there on the defense. So the pressure stays on. There's Pirano. PC.
Zach, that's it. Inside of him, Zach. You can get across, no problem.
A lot of short passes here for San Antonio as they switch to their left. This is Smith again. A little give and go for PC, and instead an opportunity inside the 18. The shot by Dorenzo is blocked. But OKC unable to clear. And there's just a great strip and a steal. And now the pipes have been flushed, and an opportunity here for Lopez inside the 18, but he's well marked by Montgomery. And Montgomery comes up with a clever steal.
What an effort from Montgomery, running back alongside Frankie Lopez. We already know he's capable of running over anybody in the league. But it's Montgomery coming back. But as well before that, Dave, it was Di Renzo with what a chance inside the box. He looked like he had the angle, but in the end he wasn't able to put the shot in goal.
Well, there is Montgomery again. And with the armband going to Hunter Gorski, his fellow defender, number 27 in white. The yellow armband going to Jaime Garcia tonight for OKC Energy. Hands-on defense that time by Ellis Hayden, and maybe a little bit too much. And Pirano a little shaken. Might have been kicked, which never feels good.
I'm talking to him.
Yeah, it's already the 10th minute so far, and we have seen 2 or 3 times Pirano on the ground. We'll take another look. Yeah, it's a good call from the referee.
That's 100% a caution for me. No, it's Hernandez. It's number 8. We both have.
Looks like we're going to have the first yellow card.
Yeah, well, he's gone back into the pocket, so that means someone got a yellow. Don't know if it was Ellis Hayden for the foul or perhaps dissent.
No, 100% it's Hernandez. It's number 8. We're fixing it. 100% it's number 8, Hernandez.
Now, Ellis Hayden and our referee having a conversation. And
yeah,
that's been rescinded. He's going to.
It's interesting because there's a push from the back from Ellis Hayden, but I think in the end it's a foul from Hernandez.
And that is it. It is going to be for dissent, I believe, on Hernandez. It looked to be the physical foul. Seemed clear to both of us that it was Zach Ellis Hayden. Either way, it's PC with a left-footed free kick coming up, and the first set piece of the night in minute number 12.
14 was rescinded.
Second yellow card against Hernandez this season. PC low, and Hernandez got a forehead on it. Shot from distance into traffic. Smith again. Ooh, that hit, I believe, an Energy player right in the face. Unintentional. And cannot get a clear look at who that is, but that was a ripper from Smith.
No, you can step on. Trainer's coming.
It's Charlie Ward.
Looks like Charlie Ward. Hey, Charlie Ward.
It's one thing to hit the ball with your head on purpose. It's another to get one like that by
no
accident.
Yep.
And that was a tough one. As you take a good look there at John Pasquarella, amiable head coach of OKC Energy, getting this opportunity here. His first season, the Energy on the fringe of the playoff race a year ago, and then just frankly collapsed at the end of last season and missed the playoffs.
And for John, it's also an opportunity after coming from Minnesota, just to be in charge. It's different, and it's something that I guess throughout the years for a coach, it's important to be the main man, to be the guy in charge, and he's getting a chance with OKC.
So a corner kick coming up. Ward will have to be waved on by the referee. Here's a low corner kick and flipped over the goal. A clever little move, but a little bit too high off the foot of number 9, Solignac, and Ward is back in.
Yeah, it's a good effort from Solignac, getting a little bit creative. Just a flick right there, but not in goal.
Let's see what Cochran can do. In fact, he decides not to fight the wind. He goes low, and I don't know, maybe his teammates didn't know. And San Antonio will keep possession inside Green's territory, where we've seen most of this match played. That's chipped in by Solignac, and not very successfully. And Cochran perhaps trying to get things going.
It was the right idea for Solignac. Unfortunately, the timing wasn't right.
Another turnover, and now both sides turning it over. Highland and his effort to clear is blocked, so it'll be a throw-in for OKC. Well, right now, you talk about possession, and it is unquestionably in favor of San Antonio, 63 to 37%. Ooh, look out there. That was dangerous play, and it's going to be a whistle and a foul. And OKC, perhaps now they can get something started. And Ward will let that go to Taravel. Biaga, another veteran USL player. Over to Gordon. Has Highland down his left, and he'll go to Kyle. Highland with a cross, and that was risky, and a fine play by St. Clair.
Yeah, very good cross coming from the left from Highland, which is something that we're used to. He showed his quality moving forward. A very good call as well on St. Clair to come on and get that ball. You know, go for it. Don't wait for Jaime Chavez to attack the ball. You go first for it, and you're able to gain control of it. Look at that. It's very interesting how goalkeepers sometimes wait on the decisions that are going to be made from their defenders. This time, very aggressive and able to get the ball.
Best chance so far for OKC. Oh, Chavez unable to get his head on that. Might have been able to deflect that in. Well, I was waiting for that whistle on Tainter. Taking down Chavez. If you're a forward, you are a target in this game so far.
Absolutely. We've seen it from Chavez on OKC and from Parano and Solignac for San Antonio. There's going to be a battle, Dave, in the middle of the field. If you look at the players that both teams have in the lineup, if you look at Garcia, plenty of experience. You look at Harry Vaugh, plenty of experience internationally. So, you know, the middle of the field is going to be a key part of a match.
And there's our friend, the fourth official. And getting into it this time with John Pascarella. I bet if we checked on him 5 minutes from now, Alan Marcina will be giving him a hard time. So it looks like Gordon is okay. He was clipped. There was no call, and it did look like an accident. Highland, who's a specialist for OKC with throw-ins, doesn't have a lot of room here, but he can fire it deep. And if that caught the head of a San Antonio defender, and apparently did, we're going to get our first OKC corner kick of the night.
You know, usually playing at home, you don't rely on set piece opportunities, but the way things are going so far for OKC, you kind of have to take advantage of the opportunity to bring in 4 to 5 guys inside the box.
Will be Garcia, the captain, with the in-swinger. This could be dangerous. Shot just wide off the deflection. And another good opportunity for OKC. Not placed on net this time, but dangerous nonetheless.
Yeah, no doubt. What a chance. I'm not 100% sure, you know, Jaime Chavez was trying to assist his teammate right there. Here's another look. It's the header. And then the shot that goes just wide. What an opportunity.
That was Taravel, who had the foot on it, just could not direct it on frame. And again, Cochran, understanding that a high punt is going to do nothing but get knocked down, has just decided to distribute in different ways. And Highland quickly trying to get it into San Antonio territory, which he did, but San Antonio has possession. And here's a chance that's going to end quickly. OKC back line right there on is Ellis Hayden with a good run. We have a throw-in coming up.
One way or the other, make sure you balance your back. If they play the
Now, what's going to happen from time to time with live mics and live television and not a lot of other noise is you're going to hear a little language that not everyone's going to love. We apologize for that. We can't control it either. So if you hear a little language that we're not going to say,
Yep.
but the coaches or players may, certainly I hope you understand it's just in the heat of battle.
Yes, absolutely. I think we all know it's part of the game, not part of our broadcast. So, you know.
Although if we want to increase the ratings. Oh, a nice move there by Zach Ellis-Hayden, the Canadian. And OKC trying to put on some pressure with Jose Hernandez, who's received a caution already this evening for dissent. Ibiaga, big body there, 6'2". KG veteran in that defensive spot. And San Antonio now trying to counterattack. Pirano, Highland all over him. Pirano, and he got elbowed that time, it appeared, by Rafa Garcia. And again, Pirano is down. And the yellow card's out. Even I saw that.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. You know, just initially just to let him go, you know, give him advantage and see how far he can go. But as soon as he stopped, I mean, that's a clear yellow.
Now, I thought Garcia was the elbow thrower, but Highland appears to be the one whom the referee pointed the card at. Let's take a better look at it here. There's Highland, and that's Garcia.
Well,
yes.
He gets fouled twice on that play, but it's Highland. It's the first foul, which is the one the referee is calling, and I guess that's probably why he's getting the yellow. Anything that happens after that doesn't really count.
So Highland and Pirano.
It clearly counts for Pirano, right?
Yes. Don't tell him it doesn't count, because he has spent plenty of time feeling the turf of Taft. One-timer here in front. Legs tied up, turn, shot blocked by Ibiaga. And the OKC backline comes up big, and a big threat from San Antonio snuffed out. Now Ellis-Hayden trying to go on a run on his own down the right side. And that pass for Lopez is too ambitious.
Well, another missed opportunity early on, similar to what we saw from Tavarello a few minutes ago. But this time, looked like it was Pirano unable to get the left-footed shot.
Got his legs tied up.
Yep. Yeah, here's another look. Well, no, it's not Pirano in the end.
No, that's Tainter. But OKC comes up big defensively. If Tainter is able to one-time that, we could have points on the board here. Arrivo from Haiti. 14 for San Antonio, had it for a moment. Take a look at Blake Smith, who had a beautiful goal against the Austin Bold. It was an interesting game for San Antonio a week ago. They jump out to a 2-0 lead on the road in the state capital of Texas. Austin comes back. The second goal they tie the game with is an own goal. And instead of letting it get them down, about 10 minutes, 13 minutes later, you have this absolutely beautiful left-footed rocket from Pirano. They add one more, and on they go to a 4-2 win over the Bold.
Yeah, it was an interesting match for them. But, you know, sometimes when you get off to a good start, the confidence is there. And that means you're going to take advantage of most of your opportunities. And I guess that's something that's happening right now with San Antonio. Whenever they get in front of goal, they have the confidence that they're going to be able to score. And they have been able to do that so far.
OKC's really only had one coordinated attack. That was worked from the left side. Gordon to Highland, whose centering pass was taken down by the keeper, but it was a good one. OKC, otherwise, has not really had much on the offensive end. And a handball being called there, and PC not a believer. Boy, have team, this guy will play for you, PC. He has played in about every corner of North America you can think of, as you see very clearly, Pirano. I mean, he has played in Fort Lauderdale. He's played in Vancouver. He just wants to play, period. That's where, sign me up. Let me play.
And, you know, it's interesting because with Jaime Chavez, they have played against each other before. Jaime Chavez played for Miami FC, and PC, as you mentioned, played for Fort Lauderdale. So they know each other pretty well.
And coming up big, the keeper, St. Clair. And look, I know he's got a leg too. I mean, yes, he gets wind behind him at the moment, but he has a very powerful leg. We almost had goalie to goalie that time, and we do have a corner kick coming up for San Antonio.
Don't live in the past. Next action.
And this will be PC to take it.
Pack it in the air. Pack it in the air, boys. Here we go.
This time, that's dangerous, and Cochran got out and got a hand on it. Pirano misses. We have an OKC player down and holding his head, and that should mean an immediate stoppage of play. And it's, well, I don't know if Cochran punched him or not. That's Chavez who is shaken up. But Cochran came flying out of there and got a punch on the ball. And there's an outside chance he may have clipped his teammate as well.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that Chavez ends up in the ground hurt. Let's see, here's another look. There's a little bit of contact there, but you know, that's the way to go if you're CJ Cochran.
But I don't think it's Cochran who gets him. You know what? It looks like coming in from behind is Mitchell Tainter, number 20, in white, who may have had the contact. Either way, with any kind of head injury, they're going to take a little extra time, and we were due for a hydration break. I don't know if they're going to make an official call for it now. Happy to see that Jaime Chavez is up, and he'll remember that when he wakes up in the morning. Hydration break, I'm told, it will be in about 3 or 4 more minutes. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com.
So far in the first 27 minutes of the match, I think the effort defensively for both teams has been really good. Other than a couple of chances inside the box out of, unfortunate plays, I think if you look at what they have been able to do defensively, you're going to be satisfied. Now, the challenge is how do you move forward? If you're San Antonio, you started very good, but after the last 10 to 15 minutes, you haven't been able to build up play. And if you're OKC, where's the combination that is going to work for you tonight?
Yeah, you mentioned at the start of the show, Lopez and Chavez together up top for the Greens might be very dangerous, but we really haven't seen that. Lopez had sort of a 1v1 opportunity on a breakaway that didn't pan out. Chavez has had a couple of opportunities, but not in concert with Lopez yet. And happy to report that Chavez very quickly back on the pitch. But Pirano, who has been a target there, number 10 in white, is still, oh, man. And he throws his hands up like, oh, I didn't really mean to do that. Ellis Hayden is patting him like everything's okay. The referee over very quickly, and I don't know if he's going into the pocket or if he's just going to give him the lecture.
Yeah, I think that's frustration from Pirano. He has been on the other side of things for a while now, and that's frustration. Yeah, no doubt. He had no chance of getting that ball.
Would you card him for that?
Yeah, probably, yes. I think that should be a yellow.
But the referee kept it in his pocket. Now the energy as the sun begins to set in Oklahoma City on a beautiful, obviously very hot day here in early August, but it's going to be a little bit more comfortable in the second half for these players. Very windy, blowing from right to left, so it's in favor of San Antonio at the moment. Well, Hernandez actively, and there's a yellow card for Dorenzo. So 3 cards in this half, and we almost could have had another one on Pirano. We mentioned at the start, Jose and I both, this is a game where it's a potential 6-point swing, 3 for a win, and the 3 you don't get if you don't win in Group D. San Antonio has not lost since the restart. A little too strong that time off the leg of Rafa Garcia.
Yeah, a couple of targets inside the box for Garcia, but unable to connect, especially with Chavez. Like we mentioned before, a very well-known goal scorer in the league.
And Hernandez has to be careful. He has a yellow, and now Garcia and Smith pushing just a little bit.
Yeah, and Garcia kicking the ball away as well. Sometimes that's enough for a referee to show a yellow card.
Well, he hasn't been shy about it so far, honestly. Dropped 3 already. Dangerous ball, and a one-timer and back of the net. San Antonio is on first. And he's been beaten, he's been battered, and he's a goal scorer. It's going to be Christian Parano's 3rd goal of the season for San Antonio.
Well, you know, it was a good cross, originally coming from the right side, and then just unable to clear the ball away, Isebeaga. And then it's Parano with the opportunity. He doesn't have a clear contact on the ball, but either way, that's enough to put the ball in the back of the net. And we talked about San Antonio having a good start and just letting away a little bit, but here's a goal that is going to help in the end of the first half.
Connor Maloney over very quickly. Now we will take our hydration break as Parano scores in the 31st minute. Gives us a moment to run down some other scores around USL Championship. In the East, North Carolina blanked Memphis 1-0. In the 75th minute, it's Charlotte 1-1 with Charleston. Pitt 3-0 over New York. In the 69th minute, Birmingham leading Atlanta at half 1-0. Louisville over Indy. In the 31st minute, 1-0. The, our scores, St. Louis and Tulsa in the 31st minute. Right, they started about the same time we did, and there's no tally there yet. Other games out tonight, you got Vegas and San Diego, Phoenix, New Mexico, Reno and Tacoma. You got several big games, Portland, Sacramento, and of course, that ought to be a lot of El Paso and Switchbacks also a little bit later on this evening as we take one more look at Parano's left foot coming through for the 2nd straight Saturday.
Yeah, it's just a great opportunity for Parano out of a mistake from Ibeaga. And, you know, it's all about being there at the right time and, you know, having that special moment for special players, and that's what Parano is. He's not ever able to get the shot that maybe he wanted, but still, that's enough.
And it shows his ability to bounce back because he has been beaten up a little bit, knocked to the turf several times already in the first half. He's become pretty friendly with the trainer. And yet, when it mattered most, he comes through for his side. So now the Energy will have to come off the deck and redo the kick to the referee's satisfaction.
And Dave, not that we knew that Parano will score tonight, but early in the week, as we were talking with Allen Marcina, he talked a lot about Parano and how coachable he was. And you know, as we were talking about him, he mentioned that he was a special talent. And he wants to keep on growing, which is really interesting because he's already one of the best players on his team and on the league. But he wants to keep on growing, and that's good to see from a young player.
Yeah, spends extra time asking always, what do I have to do to improve? And again, young. I mean, this is a player that's going to be around for a while.
Oh, boy.
A big mistake, and Cochran got a fingernail on that. Boy, that was almost a massive, deadly turnover.
Well, someone's going to have to buy Cochran dinner tonight. Oh, this is a big mistake out of the back from Garcia. Gives the ball away. And here's the right-footed shot from Lorenzo, and what a save. Beautiful save from Cochran.
And another PC corner kick coming up here for San Antonio. And this is a patch of ice that has been hit here by the Greens. They're struggling a little bit.
Omar, Frankie, run off each other.
Cleared away, but not out. Shot blocked. And now can OKC counterpunch? Can they get a coordinated buildup? Because they haven't had many. Whistled there, and it looks like it's going to go in favor of San Antonio, pardon me. Maloney a little shaken. Take a look at Omar Gordon in the foreground there. That's a player that needs to get the ball, and he hasn't had many touches lately.
Together.
Into the pile. And here's a chance now for OKC if they do something with it. Long ball. Is it too long for Lopez? But where are his companions? Right now it's 1-on-5. Lopez is free. Centering pass off of PC will set up a corner kick for OKC.
You got it 100% right, Dave. I mean, it's Frankie Lopez against 5 defenders for San Antonio. And, you know, getting a corner kick out of this is really as much as you can get. It's not the ideal scenario. We haven't seen pretty much that connection between Gordon, Chavez, or Lopez, and I think that's going to be key moving forward for OKC.
So Garcia with a right foot. And a harmless header goes away, and a goal kick coming up for Dane St. Clair. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your club and then click on the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your club's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Highland got ahead on that.
Ivy, you always have two.
We've got a player down for San Antonio, but we're playing on as there's an advantage with Gordon breaking down the left side, looking for some help. Centers, Hernandez there quickly. Smith with a header, and now the referee stops play. We didn't get a good look at the San Antonio player shaken and still not able to get up after a strike to the right leg. And that is the Haitian, Heriveau. He's had 1 goal already this season. So that one a little more serious than normal because he stayed down for a minute or longer, but the referee had to let play go on with OKC having the advantage.
Yeah, and this is something you don't want to see if you're Alan Marcina, especially after such a good start, especially on the road. Well, there's the contact right there. No doubt about it. And he's going to feel that, not only during the game, Dave, but, you know, tonight and maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, San Antonio got into Oklahoma City a couple of days ago to prepare for this match. And Heriveau going to get a little help from the athletic trainer. And it appeared just to be a run of play. It didn't appear to be anything vicious. 2 players going for the ball. Heriveau will be waved on by our referee. So you hear PC is being shifted around a little bit until Heriveau is waved back in. PC number 6 in white for San Antonio. You could hear Ellen Marcina giving him some instructions. What he wants him to do is kind of play a hybrid, I guess.
You know, one of the challenging parts of the game. You know, you work throughout the week in one position, and then all of a sudden in 5 minutes or less than that, even less than that, you have to switch positions, you have to organize a little bit better, and those are the moments that can change a game.
Ooh, that almost changed the game there as St. Clair very quick off his line. Cochran got a good boot into that.
There's no misconduct there. Better play is keep her in the hands. That's the better play.
And we'll go end to end. And Cochran quickly getting over to Highland, sensing a chance here perhaps for Highland to attack down the left. Hervo back on.
And Jaime, go higher again. Good, right decision, Nico.
Good pressure from San Antonio.
That's got to hurt a little bit to hit on that track as Hervo did. And it will be OKC ball again. Highland handles just about all the throw-ins. Got to figure could be as much as 4 to 5 minutes of stoppage time added on. That ball will stay with Oklahoma City. Possession virtually 50-50. But the bottom line is 1-0 San Antonio on the goal by Christian Pirano, his 3rd of the season.
Yeah, and it's interesting because OKC, they have been better lately in possession. I'm going to let you take this one.
Well, now it's an opportunity here for OKC. Inside, is it going to be going to the spot or not? We're not. And those who are here at Taft are furious. And now the referee has the yellow card in his hand.
Yeah.
So somebody is taking it, and I think this is going to be on Lopez.
I agree, yes.
For dissent. He was so angry that he was, in his view, fouled in the box and should be standing in the penalty spot right now. Our 4th yellow card of this first half.
Look, and I understand. I mean, I have to see the replay. It looks like it was a penalty, but either way, you cannot react that way.
Now let's take a look. Here's Lopez.
Well, no, that's not enough. I take it back.
You need more?
Yeah, that's not enough. I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, that's Mitchell Tainter.
Let's see.
The former Rutgers collegiate. A little grabby.
I don't know.
I've seen worse.
Yes,
I'll say that.
no doubt.
So I see your point. I also understand why Lopez is disappointed.
But I think we can all agree that the reaction from Lopez, that's a clear yellow.
Well, that's the second. If we're right about Hernandez's yellow card, then that'll be the second yellow card for dissent handed out in this half.
Yeah.
And both of them against OKC. So I wouldn't be shocked if John Pasquarella takes a moment at halftime to caution his players against playing too emotionally.
Yeah, especially because you have a long way to go. You know, you're towards the end of the first half. And, you know, you want to be better on the field, and that doesn't necessarily translate to penalty kicks. It's about the mentality that the team needs right now. They have to play better.
Highland moved up several yards before trying to fling that down the field. And Lopez with an opportunity here, trying to control fire. Shot is blocked. Gordon. He and PC going at it. And Gordon pinballing through San Antonio players. Maintains possession somehow. Now PC cuts him off and steals it.
Wow. I was not 100% sure that was a soccer-related activity there.
Oh, PC's flop worked. Oops,
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
No, but you're right.
But I think
Yep.
that was enhanced.
Yeah, you're right.
I've had the pleasure of seeing him play in person. And, you know, let's take a look. Let's be fair to him.
Yeah, You're right, Dave.
I'm sorry, PC. The Emmy nominations are closed. So, but you know what? It worked. Bottom line. Yeah, that's going to be just too much. And that frustration for OKC probably is going to be a benefit for them to get to halftime.
7 minutes. We had 2-minute water break, and then we had.
Because and we're now getting word from the field and through our production staff, 7 minutes. I thought we might get 5. We have 7 additional minutes that'll be tacked on here.
Yeah, maybe the water break, and you know, we had plenty of injuries.
And plenty of yellow.
Yep.
4 yellow cards. Whistle and a call against San Antonio there. And Gordon a little slow to get up.
Hey, switch on!
Blood's up.
Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline is indicated to be a minimum of 7 minutes of added time in the first half.
Garcia launches, cleared through everybody. Weak shot turned away. One more time on another shot. And what's the call here? They're going to say that St. Clair got to the ball before it went past the back line, and he quickly gets rid of it. Harivo and San Antonio will play a little keep away here.
Move the ball! Good step together! Nico, Christian! Solo, coming left. One more! Hey! Go ahead.
Abiaga over there very, very quickly to prevent trouble from Salinak, who had a brace against Austin a week ago.
Blake, stay tucked in.
See how far Highland goes up here. Yep. Stopped a little short this time and went in a different direction.
A little bit risky as well.
So a call going against San Antonio. Undefeated so far in the restart, San Antonio FC, 3-0-1. And OKC 1-2-2. Both these teams in the D block.
OKC looking for the long ball constantly. Sometimes they get a foul in the middle of the field. Try to retain possession.
Yeah, that's going to be against Salinak. The other teams in Group D, of course, FC Tulsa, who's playing tonight outside of Group D against St. Louis. Austin Bold and Rio Grande Valley, RGV, they have yet to win in the restart. San Antonio, I'm sorry, I said they were 3-0-1. They are 4-0-1. Well, let me recorrect that.
Yeah.
The website has them at 4-0-1 as if they've already won this game. Maybe they know something we don't. But no, they are at this point 3-0-1, 10 points to lead. And OKC at 1-2-2. And their win this year, they beat Austin Bold 3-1 since the restart. Chance here, Highland. Lopez trying to wiggle one through, and man, the expression that ball had eyes on it seemed to matter there as St. Clair finally able to save it.
Yeah, fingertip save for St. Clair.
The corner now from Rafa Garcia. Into traffic, headed away. I think that was Montgomery who got a piece of it. Back to Garcia. Man down for San Antonio. Up quickly, though, as the back line comes through one more time for San Antonio FC. Garcia. And it's a tall goalie, too. I'm not going to fool him with that.
I can't see that from here.
Here's the cross from Highland. Right onto Frankie Lopez. He's unable to get the shot on goal, but the deflection in the end, it's the one that causes trouble for Sinclair.
Yeah, Cochran will get there very quickly. St. Clair showed some patience, too. Well, Highland's been a factor for OKC. In that left back position, he has manned for 5 seasons. And what was interesting about that, Jose, is that was a series of shorter passes that made it dangerous for the Greens this time.
Yeah, I think that's something that, you know, it's probably one of the adjustments coming into the second half. Try to retain possession, stay away from the long ball. You know, they're going to have the counter-attack opportunities because they are built that way. But if you have players like Charlie Ward in the middle of the field and Rafael Garcia, then try to give them a chance with the ball. They're good enough. They can make things happen for you.
A windy night in Oklahoma City in a critical Group D matchup. Into traffic again, and not much on that one from Ellis Hayden. But OKC and the referee wants a throw in a specific spot. We've got, I don't know, maybe another minute, give or take. Fernandez. Be careful here with Lopez firing a shot, and St. Clair was in perfect position. That's a different OKC team here.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last 5 to 10 minutes, I think we have seen the best from OKC. We'll see if they can move it past onto the second half.
It was interesting. They appear to be losing their poise a little bit, but the last 7-8 minutes, they settled down and became a very dangerous side in the half as Captain Rafa Garcia has a word with the referee. John Pascarella puts on the mask and heads to the dressing room, but he heads behind 1-0 to a team that has yet to lose since we began play in USL Championship level a month ago. Halftime festivities coming up.
Outlining your own destiny is something we all take pride in. And knowing we're doing what we love is what makes this life adventure so exciting. Isn't it nice to have a banking partner that's along for the ride? FFB makes life easier with a simple click and snap, so things like mobile banking and deposits can be done anywhere, anytime. Plus free bill pay, person-to-person transfers, and Apple Pay. With free ATMs worldwide, why wouldn't you want a bank that gives you this much freedom? FFB. We go where you go.
At OG&E, we spend every day improving and protecting our grid because we know the critical role electricity plays in all of our lives, especially now as our homes become our worlds. We also know some of our customers' worlds have changed. You may be facing financial difficulties during these challenging and unpredictable times. We're here to help. Learn more about the options and services we provide. Visit OGE.com and let's find a way to power through this.
As a private contractor, I didn't realize contacting OK 811 before digging was my responsibility. I know there are utility lines buried everywhere, and I understand that damaging these lines could be costly or have potentially devastating consequences. From small digging, even with a shovel, to bigger jobs, the contractor must contact OKC 811 and wait the required time for those lines to be marked before starting the work. For every job, big or small, start your project with one call and simply dial 811.
Welcome back. Energy with a 2-0 advantage. The 6th minute of action. Now would be a great time to announce the new healthcare partner of the OKC Energy. It's SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony. St. Anthony.
San Antonio leads on the goal by Christian Perrano, 1-0, but OKC very frisky during the stoppage time and made some very interesting thrusts toward the San Antonio goals. So the second half could be explosive. Let's take a moment, take a look back at the USL's top plays from week number 7.
Defiance, moving into the box, Stanley. Now cut inside, shot on goal. Salty first there, but it's cleared up. He tries to turn here, but Tacoma instead with an opportunity. In toward the corner, one-on-one, Salty.
Get his watch, and we're ready to kick it off here at Subaru Park in Chester, PA. First start for John Tolkien as well, number 47 in light blue. And this is a giveaway right out of the gate, and a goal 19 seconds in. Union to capitalize. Jay wanted to keep running. Clark does get to it, and he's got room to run. He finds Jay to his left. Jay cuts it back on his left foot, and it's 2-1. Now it falls through. Jasinski could be in here. Here's Jack Jasinski! Union 2 are ahead. 20 minutes to go, and the Young Boys take a 3-2 lead.
Goodrum chips over the top. Job looking to spring, and he got enough on it to get it past Brino for the goal. Atlanta United 2 on. Crawford with the left. In the area, and there is Sachero for the equalizer. Unbelievable.
Controls, not much to aim at in the penalty area. He might go himself. He has a chance. Saved, rebound, in. Ball in by Dakers. Headed on by the goalkeeper of all people. Chance, off the post, and in. St. Louis find it right at the end. Fanuel Kavita. Off the post, in, and the captain is the hero for St. Louis.
What will we have for week 8? Maybe something from this game. Right now, San Antonio FC is halfway through staying perfect in the restart as they lead this one 1-0.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. George Champus from Northwestern and U.S. Soccer's Chief Medical Officer joins me. Coach, try and describe, as soccer has returned around the country over the past month, the work that you and the doctors at U.S. Soccer and in association with the USL Championship the work you've put in to make sure everybody remains safe for athletes, staff, referees, and in some cases, fans.
Well, Mike, first, it's great to be with you, and watching the USL getting back on the field is really a special thing. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been a collaboration across, I think, our sport in the United States. I think it's what's been really, while we've seen so many challenges with regards to COVID, one of the really good things is seeing, all of the leagues come together, from USL to CONCACAF to NWSL to MLS to NISA, all of us really banding together as a single sport to find a pathway that is first and foremost healthy, and putting our players and all of the staff, coaches, announcers, referees, a top priority. And then subsequent to that was looking at our youth game, that we as a federation, can we create a very responsible guideline that really resonates across the sport.
And you can go to ussoccer.com, play on for more information. We will take a look around the league with some news and notes when we return.
For more information on the cleanest stops on the highway, visit loves.com.
In fact, we've returned. We never left. Jose Louisville FC is a 30,000 square foot training complex. Will also host their NWSL and academy sides. And that's a big step for a franchise that has had great success.
Yeah, it's very interesting, especially after what we have seen from Lynn Family Stadium, a beautiful venue. And for Philadelphia Union 2 as well, a new coach. And usually a new coach, when they get started, first match, they usually win. That's exactly what happened with Marlon LeBlanc.
And grab your phones, take a look at your laptops, and vote for the July Player of the Month at uslchampionship.com. You've got till noon on Monday. Take a look around the upcoming schedule. FC Tulsa. San Antonio's got a quick turnaround, and they'll be playing on ESPN Plus Wednesday evening, along with the Vegas Lights against Tacoma Defiance, San Diego Loyal SC, and Orange County in a Southern California matchup at 9 Central Time. And Reno 1868 and the Sac Republic going at it at 9:30 Central, all on ESPN Plus Wednesday night. We take a look at the scoreboard today, and Miami FC taking the woodshed by the Rowdies. Pittsburgh routs Red Bulls 2. At halftime, we have Tulsa leading St. Louis. That's important for Tulsa. They are in this Group D also that we're looking at tonight in second place. Full-time, North Carolina defeats Memphis 1-0. Louisville City up on Indy 1-0. And, of course, that is the score we have here with just a few minutes remaining before we get our second half underway. San Antonio on the goal. Mike Pirano has the advantage.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Being helpful is what Arvest Bank is all about. And part of being helpful is listening to our customers, which is why Arvest Go, our mobile app, was recently certified by J.D. Power for providing an outstanding mobile banking experience. You can easily pay friends, securely lock and unlock your cards, plus deposit checks, pay bills, and more. So download Arvest Go today. Arvest Bank, ready to help.
As a private contractor, I didn't realize contacting OKC 811 before digging was my responsibility. I know there are utility lines buried everywhere, and I understand that damaging these lines could be costly or have potentially devastating consequences. From small digging, even with a shovel, to bigger jobs, the contractor must contact OKC 811 and wait the required time for those lines to be marked before starting the work. For every job, big or small, start your project with one call and simply dial 811.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. How long is this gonna take? Am I too old to do this? What am I gonna look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now, I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
With Jose Rodriguez, Dave Lamont, San Antonio FC up 1-0 over OKC Energy FC in a critical Group D matchup. San Antonio the king right now, and then undefeated in a restart. However, Oklahoma City 1-2-2. This is essentially a 6-point opportunity for these teams tonight. We take a look at what happened in the first half, Jose.
Absolutely, Dave. San Antonio off to a good start in the season, off to a good start in the match as well. Tonight, here's a chance for Taravell after a header from Jaime Chavez. Very close, but not close enough. And then here comes an opportunity once again inside the box. It was Tainter with a left-footed shot, unable to get a hold of the ball. And then towards the end of the first half, it's going to be Cristian Parano who's going to take advantage of this loose ball after a poor clearance from Ibeaga. Left-footed shot. Unlucky bounce there included. And the ball is in the back of the net for the first goal of the match for Cristian Parano.
And his third of the season. And this is nearly a disaster here. Garcia with an ill-advised pass, and watch Cochran comes up, just gets enough of it with the left hand. And this happened just a couple of minutes after the Parano goal, and then you factor in the yellow cards and all that, we begin to wonder if OKC was playing too emotionally, and this was really the trigger to that. This was not ruled a foul, and Lopez so angry with our referee, Lorenzo Hernandez, and he drew the fourth yellow card of the night, 3 of them against the Energy.
Yeah, plenty of yellows in the first half. Then another shot from Frankie Lopez, deflection. And in the end, it's St. Clair who sends the ball to the corner kick. But we have to mention, Dave, towards the end of the first half, it was OKC the better team. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, they have to be encouraged by the way the half ended in the stoppage time, which we had 7 minutes of. They end up taking charge of the possession. But they had the possession and a clear advantage over New Mexico a week ago and lost that match by 3 goals. And you mentioned the discipline has been strict in this game. 2 of those 3 OKC Energy yellow cards were for dissent.
It's interesting that 8 shots from OKC, most of them came towards, I guess, the last 5 to 10 minutes of the first half. So we'll see what the mentality is as soon as we get started. 10 to 15 minutes into the second half, we're going to have a clear look of what happened in halftime, what the message was from Alan Marcina and John Pascarella.
Well, Omar Gordon has been taken out of this match and has been replaced by Arun Basulovic, a very good and dangerous midfielder. And the breeze not as wild as it was in the first half. It's blowing from right to left on your devices. Still gets a little gusty at times. But when we started this match, it was really blowing from right to left.
We're good.
So Vasulik in, number 10 for the Greens, who have started this half with the ball. Trying to get to even. Get up to 8 points, and with Tulsa now leading St. Louis, Tulsa in second place in Group D. They're all chasing the team in white right now, San Antonio.
10 in, 91 out. 10.
So Basulovic, what do you think of the sub, Basulovic in for Gordon?
Well, it's interesting because Gordon gets the opportunity to start against San Antonio, which is a team he knows pretty well. And I think I know you know the expectation is high when you have a player like Gordon with a lot of experience, and I don't think he was ready for the game. And you know, I guess that's something that the coach saw as well. And now he's trying something new with Vasulovic, a player that he knows pretty well and that has plenty of quality, especially moving in the middle of the field.
And you see Vasulovic right there. Take a very good look at him wearing the number 10, and Garcia intercepts and got a shoe off for one of the San Antonio players. That's one of the reasons that pass did not go well. OKC switching from right to left. We had started 3 Oklahoma former San Antonio players. Charlie Ward, Omar Gordon, one of them had all played for San Antonio before. And so had Frank Lopez, who remains in the game. That foul going against OKC. And finally, Dorenzo will get that boot on.
Hey, what are we doing here? That's a throw-in, Shane. It's not a punt. It's a throw-in. Okay, it's a throw-in. It's a throw-in.
Throw in here for San Antonio. Actually, no foul. The official just got tired of Dorenzo trying to tie his shoe. So finally, C.J. Cochran will have a little bit of a breeze at his back. Not as a big advantage as St. Clair had, but enough to make it, I would imagine, a little bit more fun to boot it deep if he chose to. No changes for San Antonio from the first half. PC for San Antonio. Well, that was a dangerous pass there. If that had worked effectively, Blake, it would have been a great opportunity for San Antonio to double their lead. Highland, ambitious pass, too heavy for Hernandez. And that's Harivo, who was shaken earlier and required the assistance of the athletic trainer. And I don't know if that's related to that.
It would be really interesting if it is related indeed, Dave, because we're just coming off halftime. So if he was not feeling well, maybe he communicated that to the staff. Maybe they tried, just to get back on the field maybe for the next 5 minutes and see how it goes.
Well, you see that stretched, though. That tells you that he might have a cramp issue when a player stretches in that manner. And once you start down that road, it is sometimes difficult to get off of that road.
Either way, it's not looking good.
Now, it looks like he's going to be replaced. And that's Santiago Vieira, midfielder, who will come in for Harivo, who does not finish this match.
It's not going to change much tactically for San Antonio. But either way, you don't want to see a player come off the field injured. Especially Harivo after a very good first half.
Maloney gets it back after his throw-in was headed right back to his feet. And Vieira gets involved immediately in the offense. Centering pass is going to be headed off the line, I should say behind the back line, and the first corner kick of this half is going to go to San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio is going to have to try to regain a little bit of the possession that they lost towards the end of the first half. It's going to be key for them, especially with the lead.
C.J. Cochran getting everybody in ready as PC will go lefty here. Comes out low and headed right back to the veteran from Brazil. Ibiaga again, now Vieira. And that will stay, thought for a moment.
Oh, he was offside.
Yeah, that's the problem. Thought for a moment that might be mildly dangerous, but the offside flag was up. That's the first offside of the match. A good give and go that time for OKC, but a disappointing ending. Weather, by the way, ideal. No rain chance whatsoever. A lot of breeze from right to left. Hot today in Oklahoma City, mid-90s, but it's a lot more reasonable now. Opportunity here now for Dorenzo. He's taking his time, crosses the other way, trapped by Pirano. Pirano trying to create with a right foot this time. Shot is blocked. Pirano fighting for it again and loses the battle. Sterling defense played that time.
Wow, what a good cross. Looking for Pirano. I was really surprised he didn't take that volley. was right there for him. In the end, he decides to control the ball, but the timing wasn't right after that.
Well, the captain, Gorski, took a hard hit. That was Lopez, who just basically ran him over. Lopez has a yellow card. And you can hear Lorenzo Hernandez being reminded that earlier tonight, it went against another coach's dissatisfaction. No surprise there. And no yellow, which is critical.
Yep, absolutely. The coaches never forget.
Oh, they won't forget for years, if ever. Cross in there, headed away, but not out. Dangerous thrust again here from San Antonio. They have controlled play in the early going. Vieira, the sub. And this is kind of what we saw, Jose, from them earlier. The short passes and the crisp control, and that one on the boot momentarily. Solinak, and he just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we saw from San Antonio early on. Now, can they hold on to that level of play for the second half? I don't think that's going to happen, especially because if they retain the lead, they're going to have to start to concentrate a little bit more on the effort defensively. It's only normal if OKC starts to dominate possession. Now, the interesting part is going to be whether OKC decides to continue with the long ball or dominate possession a little bit more.
Now Hernandez with a short pass here. Struck, blocked. Off the heel, and PC controls through San Antonio. There was a good opportunity. I think it was Ward who cranked one up, but didn't get very far with it. A good arm by whoever that was over there. And a referee, Hernandez, wants it back a few feet. He'll get his wish. Knocked away by Blake Smith and Ellis Hayden.
You know, looking at the bench for both teams, you mentioned Cody Larendi early on. Very experienced goalkeeper. And Sinclair is on goal tonight for San Antonio, but on the bench is Matt Cardoni as well. You know, very interesting. Two goalkeepers that can very easily start in any other team in the league.
Well, there's no doubt. Larendi's had some injury issues. He had a major leg injury, I want to say 3 years ago. And so I wonder if that is affecting him a little bit. Plus, you do have a fine keeper in C.J. Cochran, who's another veteran of the United Soccer League championship level play. I'm sure I don't see Larendi sitting out the entire year. I got to think that somewhere along the line he'll get an opportunity to play in a game or two. One of the few goalies, and I don't know if that would be the case now under John Pascarella, but he used to wear the captain's armband for OKC. And now a chance here for DiRenzo, breaking loose. His cross is blocked. Kyle Highland comes up big, and Cochran had an easy pickup.
Yeah, what an effort from Highland. You know, it's you have to give credit as well to DiRenzo, just being able to control the ball and looking for a teammate. But right there was Highland in between, making things a lot easier for the goalkeeper.
Well, everybody's going to get a call. The two of them aren't going to be happy with it, however. Let's see. It's going to go in favor of San Antonio. Ellis Hayden is going to express his displeasure by hanging onto the ball for a few extra steps.
Here's another look. It's DiRenzo. Had an opportunity on goal as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. He could have gone ahead and taken a whack at that. You're right. But Kyle Highland, number 3 for the Greens, playing his 111th game for OKC Energy. Another thing that I think Alan Marcina, and I don't know when he starts thinking about this, Jose, is that he does have a game Wednesday.
Well, you know, if things are going your way right now, I guess in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you can start to make a decision, maybe thinking about the next game, keeping some of the fresh legs. They have been running behind the ball a lot, especially in the end of the first half.
Hernandez's pass intercepted. Nice move there by Vieira. And, well, he kind of nutmegged his own teammate. Give and go, right on that line, stayed in, and knocked away, and a fine move there by PC. So Vasilovic has been dangerous for OKC. Lopez, there was a chance for OKC as Lopez was triple teamed. That meant somebody was left uncovered, and the Energy almost had that one on frame.
Wow, what an effort from Frankie Lopez. So aggressive all the time, looking for the ball. As soon as he sees the ball, as he sees an opportunity, runs for it, takes the shot, but goes just wide.
As Vasilovic, who came marching in there, never wanted to pass up an opportunity, but just not able to get a clean strike. Clean strike, and we're tied.
You know, those are the key moments in a match. You have to be aggressive. You have to be in the game 100% every single minute. And if you take advantage of those opportunities, then you might be able to turn things around in a match that is probably not going your way so far.
Kebiaga, Ellis Hayden. The Energy have tried the long ball approach, and they've tried the short passing approach to get on the board here. They were shut out in their last game by New Mexico. They scored 3 goals on them. That was a tough takedown. Tough takedown.
That could have been a yellow.
That's not a card. Fucking slammed them.
And Lorenzo Hernandez dished out 4 yellow cards in the first half. He's not going to make it a 5th yellow card for this match on this one.
You know, sometimes that plays a factor for a referee. When you have so many yellow cards to start the match, yeah, that's a yellow.
You know, I'm gonna join you on that one. That's Taravel who got away with one. And now OKC has man shaken up. And I don't know if that was a kick or possibly a cramp. And again, it is a hot night. That's Lopez, I believe. He's just trying to shake it off. And in our conversation with John Pascarella, you asked about Lopez and Chavez as a 2-headed snake up top.
Yeah, and I think he's trying it tonight for the first time. Here's a good one.
Well, there's a chance here from outside the 18. Now inside, swing and a miss. Defender was with him. Lopez was marked. Not sure if he would have been able to get that one on goal or not, but nevertheless, more ambitious soccer from Lopez.
Yep. Well, you know, he's tired. That's the thing we talked about prior to coming on air, Dave. You know, Lopez is a player that he's used to coming onto the match late in the second half. So can you play a full 90 minutes? That's the question for Frankie Lopez. It is a great idea for John Pascarella, but I think at some point you're going to have to adjust and just, you know, give him some room. Give him 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and then at some point he's going to be able to play 90 minutes. I think he's just exhausted.
Well, the only other attacking player he has is a two-way player, Jonathan Brown, who can play midfield and forward. You do have Tucker Stevenson as more of a midfielder. Yeah, Vasilovic, who's out there now, number 10, is an attacker. Dorenzo into traffic, and depending on where that landed, we're going to have a goal kick or a corner, a throw-in or a corner kick coming up. And
looks like a throw-in, but I honestly thought that was a corner kick initially.
It's going to be throw-in.
Yep.
Montgomery will take it. Out of UNC Charlotte. You can see how close it was. Lorenzo, Vieira, chippy, 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 and Cochran. Whoa, very close to danger.
Yeah, that's a good goalkeeper right there.
Very experienced in the USL Championship level play. Mentioned Tulsa earlier tonight. We have a second here. Let's see if we can find out what they're up to. They are still in front of St. Louis in the second half, 1-0. Big game in Group D. St. Louis not a part of Group D, but Tulsa is. And San Antonio perfectly content to just clear it away as far as they can. Although I don't know if it's time to rein it, bring everybody back just yet.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. But it looks like it's still San Antonio dominating the game. And it's about OKC trying to find ways to attack.
Well, the possession, oddly enough, is favoring OKC about 55 to 45. There's a steal by Vieira. Pass ahead and a fine job to set up a corner kick. That time we know we're going to have one. Vieira has been pesky for San Antonio since he's come on, as Taravel gave up his body to keep that off the keeper.
Yeah, it was a good effort from Taravel, but I think, if you ask for a player like Vieira to come into the match out of an injury, completely unexpected, what he has been able to do so far, it's very good. Pure quality from Vieira.
So instead of PC, this time it's going to be Pirano who's going to take. We know he's got a good left foot, so this ought to be interesting. Comes out low, and that is a bust.
Well, that's interesting because that's probably the second or third time in the match that PC has tried that same cross out of a corner kick. And, it hasn't worked, so maybe it's time to change things up a little bit.
So Ignacio Bailone will come in, and he will replace Gonzalo Lorenzo, who can finally get his shoes fixed. So the Argentinian will step aside. And Bailone has 1 assist on the year, so another substitution, 25 in for 7 for San Antonio. And he is an attacker.
Yeah, well, a little bit of fresh legs, trying to take advantage of counter-attack opportunities. They're going to be there, especially late in the game. And for Lorenzo, a very good game. Very active. Not only with the ball, but trying to help out defensively as well.
Taravel working with Highland. Taravel advancing it down there, trying to get it to Lopez, but that was nowhere near him. And hustling now to get the throw in. Highland will handle. Again, trying to get it toward Lopez. Hernandez had it for a moment, and it's going to be a whistle against San Antonio. And this is an interesting opportunity here now for OKC.
Yeah, these are the opportunities that you have to take advantage of if you're OKC. You haven't been able to find easy passing lanes throughout the match. This is an opportunity to put the ball inside the box. 4 or 5 guys are going to go in there, try to get a header, try to score the goal, and things can change.
So let's see how OKC works this set piece with the captain Garcia taking it. Into traffic, too far. That sailed over everybody's head and a bit of a bust.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is a missed opportunity for OKC. And playing at home, you have to get used to the conditions and try to take advantage as much as you can from set piece opportunities.
Man, even into the wind, this guy's got a powerful leg.
Was there contact there?
Well, there might have been. Montgomery certainly sold there was contact. Didn't hear a whistle. Pretty sure the ball belongs to San Antonio. Let's all judge one more time.
Nah.
If you don't call the penalty kick in the first half,
yeah.
then you're not calling that.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Las Vegas takes center stage August 25th when Lights FC takes on Orange County SC on ESPN Deportes. Looking to maintain the pace set in Group B, both Las Vegas Lights FC and Orange County SC face a must-win on the national stage. Don't miss the drama unfold August 25th at 10 p.m. on ESPN Deportes.
I'll be there.
Cool. That ought to be a good match. Oh, Hernandez on a break. To Lopez. And again, much like the earlier kick from about the same spot, just way too hot. Well, we mentioned Las Vegas and Orange County. They will be in action tonight. Las Vegas against San Diego. And Orange County, let's see here. And we have, of course, with this guy, these kicks go about 70 yards. Actually, Orange County may have the evening off. That's a little bit of a tough tackle. And right to the pocket. I believe we're getting a card here. Yes, we are.
Yep, it's going to be for Tavarel.
To say if it's on Highland, he's out of the game. But Taravel, that'll be his first. And we take one more look at it, and this seems like it's pretty obvious. Yeah, it's definitely him. Yeah,
that's an easy call.
Fourth yellow card against OKC.
Now we'll see if San Antonio can take advantage of set piece opportunity. We already saw what OKC did with theirs. Of course, it's Parano on the ball.
Watch this guy with the left foot. He could put this on goal. He can be very dangerous in this position. He attacks. Oh, gorgeous goal. Absolutely beautiful. My goodness, Parano's shot it on itself could have gone in, but it's flicked in off the head of Callum Montgomery, I believe. We'll look at that again. My, that was gorgeous.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ball from Parano. Exactly where it needed to be. And look at the run from Montgomery. Moving past Taravel. And with the header, it's Montgomery. Just beautiful, Dave. Excellent, perfect execution. We talked about set pieces. San Antonio did what OKC couldn't do just a few minutes ago, and they are up 2-0.
That is Montgomery's second goal of the season. And that is absolutely beautiful. And for Parano, he has a goal and an assist tonight. So he has 3 goals and now 2 assists for last year's USL Championship Young Player of the Year. Can you win it twice?
Well,
because he just felt like he's an old man all of a sudden.
Yep. I don't know if it qualifies anymore.
Maybe that's a one-time only sale, but my goodness, he is gifted. That was pretty. Well, this could be a problem here for Highland if he's booked and just make the evening worse for OKC. And the referee's going to not book him, which would have ejected Highland from the game.
Yeah, that's giving him a second chance. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, the bad news for OKC is Parano is setting up again.
Oklahoma City, number 6 going in. Who's that? 19 out. Hey! 6 in, 19 out.
Blake, keep him with you.
Oklahoma City, 6 in, 19 out.
Oh my! Brano forced Cochran to go to the limits of his height.
Man, honestly, that surprise. I mean, that comes as a surprise to me because early on he had the shot in the second goal. He had the shot, a clear shot in goal. And he didn't try it, but he did try it right now, and it almost puts the game away for San Antonio.
Charlie Ward will come out, the former San Antonio player, and he'll be replaced by Brad Dunwell, number 6.
So you're the free one.
Brano took a big swing at it. Why not? Got to think there's going to be a call there. Got to think there's going to be a booking there, and there is.
25 wide.
Now, was it Bailoni or?
Yep,
or
that's
was
who got the card. I thought it might have been Pirano.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It'll be Bailoni, 25. I mean, they both had a hand. I think Bailoni definitely had the first contact.
Yeah.
So he gets the card. Man, that's 6. 4 for OKC, 2 for San Antonio, who has the 2-goal lead. So what's OKC got to do to get their offense untracked?
Well, at this point in the match, when you already have on the field Lopez, which is a player that you rely on in the second half to bring some energy, I think you just have to get creative and give the ball a little bit more to the guys, to the playmakers. Give the ball to Hernandez. Have them work with it a little bit, create some chances. The long ball did not work for OKC throughout the match, and something has got to change. And I don't know if you have enough on the bench to bring more energy onto the field. I think it's on the players that are on the field right now.
OKC shut out a week ago by New Mexico, who scored 3. They are in danger of not scoring here against San Antonio.
Maybe Basulevic, which we haven't seen much from since he came on the mat on the field.
We have a hydration break here in the 75th minute. And a chance for John Pascarella to kind of come up with an idea to get his team on the board. Their last goal was against RGV back on July 22nd in a 1-1 draw. And they have scored only 4 goals so far this season. One of those, I'm going all the way back to March 7th. In their opener, they lost to Colorado Springs. Since the restart, they have just 3 goals, all in the month of July. And they do play RGV next week, and that will be at Taft. That'll be their last game at Taft for quite some time. This is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's a wonderful ball, very well placed. And then the header from Montgomery. The anticipation is something that you have to value, especially from a center back. Moving forward, trying to find those opportunities. And Montgomery able to do so right there. And it's a big goal because sometimes you're in control of a match, but there's one moment towards the end that can change things. And especially, Dave, in the games that we're watching lately, in which it's not about 90 minutes. It's most likely about 96 minutes, 97 minutes. There's so much added time that sometimes teams lose concentration towards the end.
We mentioned the home Taft Stadium there, where OKC's been playing for several years. They play RGV on the 15th. They will be home on the 30th against Austin, and against Austin again on the 27th, and that's it. So they will have 7 road games starting August 19th at San Antonio. They'll be going to Sporting KC2, Colorado Springs, Tulsa, San Antonio again, Tulsa again, and finish October 3 at RGV.
Which means they're going to have to be good on the road. If they want to make it to the playoffs, they have to be good on the road.
Well, we mentioned Tulsa keeping an eye on that game, and they are steady with that 1-0 lead over St. Louis in the 78th minute. And that means that San Antonio and Tulsa would have a little bit of an early chokehold on the top 2 spots, which is what's going to matter. So a short hydration break, much shorter than the first half. It's not quite as warm either. Of course, tell that to the players. Bailoni, he'll strike. Look out there!
Oh.
Bailoni goes left foot, and off the bench, it's 3-0 San Antonio.
Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful goal. Just, you know, just a touch. The quality from Bailoni. Very well placed. Nothing left to do for the goalkeeper. And just taking advantage of the opportunities. How about San Antonio building a counterattack and basically putting the game away with the 3rd goal?
You see substitutions for OKC one more time. Boy, the placement on that is unbelievable.
Oh, boy.
Jonathan Brown, we mentioned earlier, has also come into the game. So Kyle Highland's 111th game in an OKC uniform will not be a happy one as he checks out. His team now down 3-0, which was the score a week ago for the Greens when they lost to New Mexico. And San Antonio just continues to attack.
Yeah, it doesn't look like San Antonio is going to need goal differential. But let me tell you, you know, this is something that the momentum that they have going on right now is something special.
Go corner, go corner.
This is Amico. As OKC goes back to the short passing game, but San Antonio's got a wall of white jerseys. They'll switch it over to the right and try to penetrate. Good idea here, and it's going to be flicked over and a corner kick coming up. That was Tainter who got up high and knocked it out of play. Brown, by the way, came in for Chavez. It looks like Lopez may go the full 90.
Well, you know, at this point, you want to keep him on the field as long as possible. Even if that means that he's going to end the game completely exhausted. But, you know, it's important for OKC to have Frankie Lopez ready to go and play, you know, full 90 minutes at a high level.
Well, he's been aggressive. That you can't dispute is his aggressiveness. It's waned a little bit in the last couple of minutes as OKC's chances have waned in the last few minutes. This, by the way, Joe Amico, who's out of Indianapolis, his first appearance of the season. A good chance for John Pasquarella to give guys their first touches of the year. Into traffic, no trouble at all for St. Clair, who is sitting on the potential of a second clean sheet this season.
And by the way, a very good goalkeeper. Very impressive what he has shown so far. Young, but good, very good.
Get the impression he studies the position.
Yeah.
Because youth can only take you so far. So San Antonio, as Gallegos will come in for San Antonio. And Pirano will check out. Boy, was he something today.
Yeah, it was really special. Once again, you know, it's what we're used to from him. And I think this is exactly what we were talking about early on. Alan Marcina thinking about the road ahead. What's next for them? You need Pirano to be as ready as he can be. You want to tax him with extra minutes if you don't have to. And it's also an opportunity for Gallegos to get some minutes, which he needs as well. So a win-win situation for Alan Marcina.
Now the goal differential here for San Antonio is on its way to +7 if they maintain this lead.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point, Dave, because not exactly for San Antonio, but for OKC, because if the result holds in Tulsa, you're still within 3 points of the second spot.
Well, Tulsa, 84th minute, still ahead of St. Louis, so they're on their way to 3 more points.
And they would have a +2 goal differential.
OKC, if they can't put one in the back of the net here, will have -6 in their last 2 games.
Yeah, now it's important to remember that the first tiebreaker in USL is the number of wins. But still, you want to have the goal differential. So you don't want to have the goal differential be a factor, but if that's the case, you cannot give up in any single game during the season, which is something that it's really interesting this year with the group stage.
Well, if form holds, Tulsa would be 5 points back of San Antonio with the game in hand. That's if form holds. And the Energy would be 3 points out of last place with RGV holding up that bottom spot.
I think Group D is a group that we're gonna have to keep a close eye on, because Austin, you cannot give up on them. Austin is a very good team, experienced as well, and they are still in it. They have 3 points right now, but they have 2 games in hand.
I just missed, and the old goal differential almost took another shot as Pailoni has come in and had 1 goal and an absolutely beautiful shot, and then this almost made it a brace.
Yeah, Pailoni's ready to go.
Well, the resiliency we talked about with Alan Messina of his team in the Austin game, losing a 2-goal lead. The second goal scored by the Bold, an own goal, and then coming back to beat Austin 4-2. Here they are in complete command of this game. And he mentioned that his team, and the word he used was grit, that they have a lot of grit, and he wasn't at all surprised that they were able to come back and beat Austin. That was a road win for San Antonio as well, as is this, and a little late elbow from PC there on Amico.
Yeah, if you're PC, you want to stay away from that.
Yeah, that was extraordinarily unnecessary, and he was fortunate the ref didn't see that. And why would you do that up 3-0 with say approximately 10 minutes left in the match? Good touch passing here. That's one thing we've seen out of San Antonio tonight. The short passing game has worked well. And Gallegos retains the possession for a throw-in. Watch here. I just don't get this. Yeah, no, not there, but
oh,
I mean that's very light contact. I mean, D'Amico didn't act it up or overact or anything, but it's just, if the ref sees that, even as light as it is, the intent is there. Look at Gallego setting up Pailoni again. Why? My father used to say, just practice preventative medicine. Don't do it in the first place.
Yeah.
And you won't, just.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's all.
There's no reason for that, especially at with 5 minutes to go. Clearly, you're in control of the match. That's something that is just out of sorts. And especially from PC, experienced player, you don't expect to see that.
And I don't think that Miko did anything that was all that untoward. Just playing for the ball. He's just trying to get minutes. He hadn't played all year.
Yep.
He's just trying to get his opportunity to show his coach he deserves more playing time. That shot too high. Cochran had to take it seriously, though.
It's a good shot from Bailoni again.
Hey, keep it going!
You know, you have to give a lot of credit to San Antonio. Whether it doesn't matter the score, it doesn't matter how many substitutions they have made throughout the second half. The mentality is the same, the intensity is the same, the system remains the same. You know, it's something that it's built into this team. And Alan Marcina mentioned family in our call this week. And I think, you know, we have seen that. We have seen that. Whatever he mentioned, talking about how this team is a family, I think they believe in each other.
PC there playing sturdy defense. Draws the whistle. Well, another tough night at OKC, and again, another 3-0 loss at home. Shot wide there. Also, Jose, something else. They're pressing as if they're losing.
Yes.
San Antonio.
That's very impressive.
You know, I realize OKC is, I'm going to take a stab at this and just say they might be a bit dispirited. And not at their very best at the moment. But San Antonio just continues to press forward. They're not letting up.
Yeah, they have decided, especially tonight in the second half, they're going to defend with the ball. They're going to hold on to the ball. They're going to dictate tempo. And that's exactly what they have been able to do. Now, it's an OKC. See, they cannot let that happen again at home. They are the home team tonight. They have to dominate possession. They have to control the rhythm of play. That is something that they have to work on. If they are able to do that, they have enough talent and they're going to win some games.
Well, they haven't dominated possession, but they do have a slight advantage as Blake Smith breaks in. And some steady defense right there kept that, as you could see that he was trying to set up Zeleniak for a goal. But actually the possession edge is once again favoring OKC. It was favored them almost 2/3 better than New Mexico, but New Mexico had 3 goals and OKC none. Tonight it's 56-44. Rounding the numbers a little bit. OKC has that advantage, but again, unless something happens, we don't know what the stoppage time is going to be. 4 minutes, we're told now, thank you. So, barring one of the greatest miracles in any level of professional soccer, OKC is going to take another loss. And one more look at Tulsa's score. They are in stoppage time, and it is still 1-0 for Tulsa. There you see the stoppage time from our 4th officials. And you know, I want to take a moment to give credit to the fans who showed up tonight. Now, limited capacity, of course, at Taft, and it's great that even we're at a sporting event, watching a sporting event with fans, real fans, and that's wonderful. So all those who are allowed to come out to USL stadiums, if your local authorities allow you to do so, thank you for doing so. It is deeply appreciated, I am sure, by the players, coaches, management, and the entire league, that those fans shown up. This crowd here is going to go home disappointed, but there'll be other nights in Oklahoma City for these fans of their greens, and they'll be back next week, I'm sure, against RGV.
Well, and you know, that's the nature of the sport. It's impossible to win every single night. And, you know, you just have to trust the process. If you're OKC, you're going to get better. Like I mentioned before, they have plenty of talent. They just, you know, need to put a good performance together, full 90 minutes. That's going to happen eventually, and the thing is, we'll see if it's late and they're not able to make it to the playoffs. But, you know, like we mentioned before, this is a tight group. Group D, Tulsa right now with getting the 3 points tonight, they're going to hold on to second place, but you're not that far apart from them.
PC down on the pitch.
Jose, you drop in and switch for PC. You drop in for PC.
Not me.
No. Although I know what, Jose, with about 2 minutes to go, you could fill in right now.
Okay.
I absolutely guarantee you that you could do 2 minutes and not cause a problem. I don't think OKC would score 3 to tie with you on the pitch for 2 minutes.
Maybe 2. But that's too good.
Well, we gave PC a little bit of a hard time earlier, but he has played a typical PC game, and he is a critical puzzle piece for this San Antonio squad.
Yeah, he's a quality player, and you know, he's a player that he's not only going to be good on the field, but off the field as well. He's a good player to have around, and you know, hopefully we haven't seen the best from PC. That's going to be good not only for San Antonio, but for the league as a whole.
And there's a little concession. Give the ball back as PC is waved back in. He'll go ahead and finish out the final minute or so. San Antonio is going to stay perfect since the restart. Tulsa has scored again in the 94th minute. They now lead St. Louis 2-0. So they will stick around in second place in Group D, but they are looking up, everybody in Group D, looking up at this San Antonio side that is now 4-0-1, 13 points, +7 goal differential. A solid division leader in Group D at USL Championship level. They have been outstanding so far. You fans can follow the rest of the USL Championship all season on ESPN+, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. My goodness, we almost had a moment for OKC to break that shutout. You can join nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+, as that is a wicked blast. And there's the young keeper. And again, he's 6'4", going way up there. So you saw his physical potential. You can watch Championship Live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. That was PC, got a head on it, and we'll go to the corner one more time, and this might be it if this does not work for OKC. Can they break this 9? It has literally been weeks since they have scored.
We'll see. He's got to get his steps in.
They'll get a throw in. They'll battle this right to the end if they can. And that's it. San Antonio stays perfect with a solid performance from soup to nuts in shutting out OKC Energy 3-0, a second clean sheet for St. Clair. Spectacular performance from Christian Pirano tonight with a goal and an assist. And we look forward to those highlights because he has played, again, a fabulous game. There he is right there, number 10, in the white for San Antonio. And for John Pascarella and his Energy, they've got a week to prepare for a game against RGV back right here at Taft Stadium.
Yeah, overall a great performance for San Antonio. A little bit more of what we're used to so far in 2020. It was Parano, Montgomery, and Bailoni with the goals, but really it was a team effort, a collective effort. They were good as a whole, as a team defensively. From the goalkeeper to the goal scorers, they had a wonderful night tonight.
Little fellowship afterwards. And OKC's got to find some offense. We'll have our post-game festivities when we return. San Antonio 4-0-1 on the year. They win at 3-0.
Outlining your own destiny is something we all take pride in. And knowing we're doing what we love is what makes this life adventure so exciting. Isn't it nice to have a banking partner that's along for the ride? FFB makes life easier with a simple click and snap, so things like mobile banking and deposits can be done anywhere, anytime. Plus free bill pay, person-to-person transfers, and Apple Pay. With free ATMs worldwide, why wouldn't you want a bank that gives you this much freedom? FFB. We go where you go.
Welcome back. Energy with a 2-0 advantage. The 6th minute of action. Now would be a great time to announce the new healthcare partner of the OKC Energy. It's SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony. St. Anthony.
At OG&E, keeping the power on through any kind of storm is what we do. And this latest storm we've all been weathering is no different. We know times are tight, and we have many ways to help. There are flexible payment arrangements, including installment plans, average monthly billing, guaranteed flat bill, and smart hours with nearly half-price electricity 19 hours a day. To find out what's best for you, visit OGE.com. We're here to help you power through this.
San Antonio takes this one 3-0 over OKC Energy. And now the Energy dealing with a little bit of an offensive slump, while San Antonio on top of Group D with a lead over Tulsa, who did end up winning tonight 2-0 full-time, a victory over St. Louis. Our man of the match for OKC, presented by True Sky Credit Union, Frank Lopez, Jose, was an offensive pass, and he played the whole match.
Yes. Well, you know, Frank Lopez had a very good first half. A lot of opportunities created around him. The second half, he didn't show the same level of play, but that's normal. It has been a while since he played 90 minutes. So, you know, Frank Lopez, I think it's a step forward tonight for him.
And he's somebody that this OKC Energy team is going to need, because it's been a while since they have scored a goal, and they're going to have to try to snap out of it. We take a look at our full-time highlights back whenever sunshine splashed all over the field here at Taft.
Well, early on, it was once again coming on the right side. San Antonio, Ibeaga unable to clear the ball away. Right onto Cristian Parano with the left-footed shot and the goal. At that point, it felt like OKC was starting to get better within the match, but the goal changed things for the home side.
Nearly a dreadful turnover. Actually, the turnover was dreadful. The save by C.J. Cochran, probably his best of the night, as he kept that from being 2-0 just moments after the goal by Parano. There's Lopez here, one of his dangerous runs. He got a yellow card for dissent here. There was no call by our referee on a foul in the box, and I think Jose pointed out he didn't think there was need for a foul. This is something special.
Yeah, this is probably the best goal of the match. You know, the cross from Parano, beautiful, on point, exactly where he needed to be. And then the header from Montgomery was able to anticipate Tarabel. It's just a beautiful goal. A header that basically put the game away, but just in case, was Baloney with a left-footed shot at the 77th minute. That really puts the game away with the third goal of the match for San Antonio.
Just inside out. I mean, the placement on that is absolutely unbelievable. I tell you what, the San Antonio substitutes all played very well tonight, and that's bad news for the rest of the Group D. 18-11 shots for San Antonio. Yes, possession was won again by the Energy 2 straight weekends, but 2 straight weekends they don't get a goal. They were hit with 4 yellow cards, 2 for San Antonio.
Well, you know, if you're OKC, you have to work on getting those shots on target and have them be effective. And if you're San Antonio, you know what? Don't change anything at all. Keep going.
Well, they're going to be playing on Wednesday night, so we'll see if the shorter turnaround will benefit them or not. But you have to feel good about the way San Antonio FC is playing. Final score of the final time, San Antonio FC picks up the 3 points in this Group D matchup. Cristian Parano with a goal and an assist tonight. 3-0 San Antonio over OKC. For all of us on our crew and for my partner Jose Rodriguez, I'm Dave Lamont. Thank you for watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.